So this is what it looks like inside a mosquito net.
I decided to adjust the net due to the light up there, but it's one of those metal nets that
Goes all the way up to the roof.
Now, I was just thinking about some ideas while sitting here, just hearing the buzzing of the mosquitoes, and just thinking about
My life in general and just other plans to do and just things that I'm doing with the channel and just things that I'm doing in my life.
and I was thinking about
How specific people should be on the words that they use and why I might be very specific on the words that I use. And part of it is the traveling around, sure, and speaking different languages, speaking to different people, and trying to get different understanding. But let's say we just take a basic language. How do you call things certain things? How do you say certain people are X? Certain things make me feel like Y. Certain things want to make me do Z. Why I think it's very important to be very particular about what you say, like using words like love, hate, these basic words. Scared, afraid, angry. These are very important and often used words that I think are misused. And it's important in how you frame things, how you say things. Like take insects for example. I don't think anybody loves insects. Well, there's this really funny anime I'm watching. I'm not an anime. It's manga I'm reading with. It's called Barakamon. There's this one character, this little girl named Naru. She collects insects and she's super excited about them. There's a whole. There's this. I just read this. I just read this manga, this chapter where she gives a school presentation on trying to find out what's stronger, a rhinoceros beetle or a pincher beetle or something. And she says she decided to do this because one of the beetles like pinched her fingers and it hurt. So she was like, oh, the rhinoceros beetle might be weaker than this. So anyway, so she might love insects, but most of us, or she might say she loves insects, but I have a series on that talking about how that's probably not love anyway. But anyway, so back to the point after that digression.
so the insects thing. Most of us would not say we love insects or even like insects.
Most of us will find them rather annoying. We have these reasons to have something like this mosquito net for that. Not even just annoying, we call them in English bugs. We call them bugs because they bug us. They're annoying. They're insects. When we call someone an insect or we say, yeah, this person's an insect, they're a small, annoying nuisance that are below our foot that when it comes to certain insects, we walk around and we kill them without even noticing. So when you start calling something an insect, when you start putting something in that way, that's kind of how it's put into your life. Yet, how much of our life is reliant on these insects? How much of our life actually revolves around dealing with things that insects do? Not just on the whole aspect of people saying, oh, if the bees disappear, we won't have anything pollinating the plants, because I think they'd find other ways. There was just recording this video. I mean, I just saw these ants walking, like I said, on guava trees, these other trees that they walk on. There's other flying insects. Ants can do these things. So they're very industrious creatures, insects in general are, and they play a big part in our life, yet we still consider them insects. We still consider them bugs. We still call them that. Even in Swahili, we call them doo-doos. might be doo-doo. Was that thing from Chappelle's Show, where some languages doo-doo is still considered to be feces, to be just the lowest, one of the most lowest of the lowest of waste. It's still considered to be waste. But when you think insect, when you think doo-doo in Kenya, you just have this annoying nuisance. I'm sitting here not opening the entrances to this mosquito net because I don't want to be sleeping with the mosquitoes buzzing around me. There's often times when I think if I could kill any one of anything in this world, it would be mosquitoes. I mean, it's normally a tie between mosquitoes and flies, but I think mosquitoes would win out. Definitely mosquitoes would win out whenever I'm back in Nairobi or anywhere where there's a bunch of mosquitoes. But flies normally have a thing where they just fly around during the daytime, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. What's more annoying, mosquitoes or flies? This is, of course, saying that you've lived in a place with an equal amount of them. But anyway, so what I was saying was the words you use to define things are important. When you say some person or something, some movement is something like a Nazi or is something you care about, something you love, this starts shaping both how you approach that thing and also how you approach that word. If you start overusing Nazi, you start considering minor things in your lives Nazi. Like, there's just one drawing I have. Maybe I'll put it on the screen, or I'll leave a link below, depending on how I upload this video. It's of a Natzetze fly, where I was kind of thinking, okay, so there's this tsetse fly in Africa I'll actually research and see, but I remember hearing that the tsetse fly was actually one of the worst flies out of all the flies. So I'm like, okay, maybe you should kill specific flies and not tsetse fly. So the tsetse fly would be up. And then I went with the not tsetse fly because I was like, okay, the Nazis to most people are just like flies. They're just this minor nuisance. That's how people use the term Nazi. Something in their life is technically a minor nuisance that hardly does anything to them. And they're like, oh, that's a Nazi, you're a Nazi. Or the grammar Nazi thing, where it's like, oh, someone made a correction to what I was saying. Like, this whole video could be considered grammar Nazi. So maybe it's grammar Nazi fly. I think that's what I'm going to call the video, grammar Nazi fly. So they have this thing where something that is a minor nuisance to them, like possibly a fly or something just buzzing around you, they would consider that to be something, to use the word Nazi. And I'm like, no, that's not accurate. And this Natzetze fly thing, it's an illustration of the tsetse fly with the actual Nazi symbol in the actual direction that it's supposed to go before the National Socialist German Workers' Party in Germany decided to use it as their symbol, to flip it around and use it as their symbol for a hateful, murderous, horribly expected, when you actually know the history of it, movement that a lot of the people just use like it's just some minor issue now. That really disgusts me, in the pure term of the word disgust. Disgusts me more than these minor nuisance of the mosquitoes. And this doesn't, don't throw it to the part where it's like, oh yeah, I think of actually harming these people. But I've talked about this, and I think these people are like mosquitoes, in the sense that most of the people doing this are just following a certain urge. They're not necessarily doing it intentionally to say, let me kill these people, let me kill the society I'm in, let me kill the target of my general nuisance. They're not thinking, let me give this person I'm going to bite malaria, let me give malaria to this community and culture and civilization that I'm in by practicing what I'm doing. No, it's just, they're just reacting to base ideas. They're reacting to thinking, I'm going to help myself. Like, I don't know if you guys might know this or might not, with mosquitoes, all the small mosquitoes buzzing around ones, those are females. Those are mosquito mothers trying to get blood to go feed their mosquito larvae or wherever it is. The larger mosquitoes are the male ones, and they don't bite ever. And I've seen at least 3 different mosquito kinds you can kind of tell when you're just seeing. There's some greenish ones, and then there's just the more brown ones, and then there's some tiger striped ones that are like black and white striped kind of things. But those are the 3 general mosquitoes that I've noticed, and there might be more. I haven't really gone deep into mosquito lore, even though I should. I think I might, because I just want to know more about them. I actually found out that they actually do play a bigger part in the ecosystem, with birds eating them and things like that. So I rolled back my fatwa against mosquitoes. Fatwa, I think, is something like a holy war. But yes, that's the thing. Even going back to holy war, if you consider a war holy, it's a whole different thing than just a war. Because there's that extra holy aspect of it. It's that extra godly, supernatural aspect to it that I think people don't understand when they're talking about people who are just at war, like they say a country, even though I think statism is a religion. But yeah. So I'm going to wind this video down. I was just sitting here thinking about this with the mosquitoes in the mosquito net, just thinking about certain things, and decided to record this video. But look, so mosquitoes in the mosquito net, buzzing around, you can hear them, the nuisance that it gives, my thoughts towards being very negative towards mosquitoes, and then finding out about what mosquitoes actually do, and then being like, okay, understanding the process behind it, and being like, okay, it still bugs me. There's still bugs. There's still doo-doos. I mean, there's still, to me, just like a horrible, horrible thing occasionally. Like, you hear that sound sometimes, you're just like, ah. Like, I'll go days where I'll just try and count how many I killed. And a few days ago, I think I ended up killing like 17 of them. And I was rather proud of myself. But, so this whole thing with the bugs are like that. They still annoy you. Things that bug you still annoy you, could drive you to places where you're like, I want to kill that thing. I want to end that thing. And you might even be able to in rather simple ways. But then I think there's a lot you can do to actually learn about the things that bug you. There's a lot you can do about learning what are the words, what are the terms you use about things, because that changes how you react and how you interact with those things. So if you can take 2 things from this video, understand why things bug you, and understand that real life issues that really do affect you, that really should take a lot of your energy, probably should be higher than just things that bug you. And if you have a life where all you're doing is just dealing simply with things that bug you, you're either in a very, I don't want to say privileged, you're either in a very cush point or a very good point where nothing else really serious is happening in your life, or you're really wasting your time worrying about just the bugs instead of worrying about the bigger issues. Does that make any sense? Hope that's a good video. I just got up and kind of thought of this. But yes, till next video, this is Silas. Like, share, and subscribe. I don't know if you can hear any of the buzzing, but it's buzzing all over the place. There was a time there was like 3 of them here. I was like, oh, I wish I caught that. But no, it's mosquitoes. It's bugs. It's doo-doos. It's my life right now. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit that little notification bell. And till next video, goodbye.